One of the fastest ways to lose, especially when it comes to getting exposure in Facebook ads, is to be ignorant. And that used to be me. I used to be the ignorant one in terms of not knowing how to get my message out, get my brand out. But that hurt me a lot because there was ways that I can get exposure of the things that I had going on in terms of my business, which at the time was coaching, like coaching and speaking. And I didn't understand that, I can leverage Facebook ads to be able to get it out into the world. Because I'm like the rest of us. Like I relied a lot on just the organic, and I was so beholden by the algorithm and who was following me. And if I had a small audience, or if I didn't really have that many people following me, I couldn't tap into all of the people that I could help. Imagine being on Facebook or being on Instagram, and let's say you only have 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 followers. And realizing that you're creating posts and content that could be helpful to everybody who's going through a specific problem that you're able to solve. But guess what? 9 times out of 10, when you start business, the people who are already following you, unless you've been doing this for years already, the people who are already following you aren't your ideal clients. So you have 2 things working against you. Number 1 is that you're producing content to help your ideal clients, but because you haven't built the followers already on these social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, or whichever platform, majority of those people aren't your ideal client. So that's problem number 1. You're creating content for an audience that's not relevant for, because you didn't create that audience from scratch with that intention in mind. Second problem is that all of your followers are not even seeing your posts. Right? And we know that's the problem with the algorithm, right? Is that we're putting out content, but all of our people isn't even seeing our posts, right? Which is by design, and I get it. They do it that way so everybody isn't flooded with just a bunch of content. So they want to make sure that the cream rises to the top. I get it. The best content rises to the top. I get it. But, we create a lot of informative posts, and a lot of times educational content doesn't go viral. If you ever really notice that, it doesn't really go viral. Entertainment, fights, things, things that are super emotional, but a lot of times it's not necessarily educational content, which us as creators, which us as service providers, we get it and we understand that, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. So then the question is, okay, well, I have a lot of good content and I have products and services that can help people, but how do I actually get it to the people that need it? Not just my followers, unless you built a large business like that already. But even then, you still limited, because just on Facebook alone, there's damn near 3 billion active accounts on Facebook. So I don't care if you got 3 million followers. It doesn't matter. And you have a solution. You're not helping the amount of people that you could be helping. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to just limit that. So then the question is, okay, well, how do I do these Facebook ads thing then? How do I do that, right? How do I do it effectively? So what I'm going to do today, and maybe like the next 15 minutes, what we're going to do is I'm going to share with you specifically, what do you need to do? How do you just put this whole thing together? Now, I do have a course on this that you can get access to. But what that's going to allow you to do now is put this whole thing together. All right, so let's start from start to finish. And I hear my little guy calling, so he might just pop in the camera. So, all right, so first thing, what's the first thing we need to do? First thing you need to do is obviously you got to set up your account, right? So you got to set up your Facebook account. So there's a couple things that you need in play in order to get running with ads and make it successful. Number 1, you definitely want to make sure that you have a business Facebook page, and then you need to set up an ads account. Once you have a business Facebook page, you can set up an ads account. So you got to make sure that you do that. You take the time to set that up. It's a bunch of not a bunch of information, but there's a few things they need you to do. You got to put your credit card information in, and you got to basically provide and set any permissions to you and or your team to get access to your content. All right, so that's the first thing. Second thing that we're going to need is a you want to stay right there? All right, I'm gonna come upstairs in a second, okay? All right. So second thing we need is so once you have that, that's just allowing you to set it all up. Second thing, once that's set up, the next thing that we need to do is, okay, now you have your account ready. You got to put together your ad campaigns, right? So you got to have your images, your videos, have a rough idea of what you want to already say in these ads, because that's gonna help you out a lot. So once you have that set up, make sure that you have your landing pages ready, your thank you pages ready, all of the back end stuff. So by the time, and your link ready, so you can link that inside of the ad. All right. All of that is just basically the technical setup, just to make sure that you're able to set up your Facebook ads. You have the place where all of your visitors are going to go, and just allow you to run it. All right. So that's set up. And at a very, very basic. Oh, one other thing too is pixels. You want to be able to track people around the internet. So you got to be able to connect and set up your pixels as well. All right. So that's very basic setup. Once that's set up, then we want to focus on, okay, well, who's my ideal market? Because you have to have clarity on your campaign goal. Like, so the clarity on your campaign goal is, and actually this is the first one. So let me back up for a second. So this after you set up, you want to get clarity on your campaign goal. This is, what am I even running Facebook ads for? Our agency, we run it so you could generate leads. That's why we do it. All right. So that's the focus on it for you. If you're a service-based business, generate leads. These leads are going to help you. You know what I mean? These leads is what's going to get you to the next level. All right. So you want to be able to set it up. You want to have your campaign objective that way. All of that includes your budget and all of the preliminary, some of the initial things they want you to be able to set up, just so you can, make sure that Facebook is optimizing with the goal that you're trying to do. Number 3, after that, then we're going to focus on the targets. So your targets is, okay, well, who is my ideal client, and where can I find them at on the internet? Where can I find them at on, inside of Facebook? Out of the billions of users, where am I going to find them at? So you're only going to know that unless you know who your niche is. Because if I said I'm going to target all business owners, well, think about how broad that is. You could be a real estate, you could be a restaurant owner. There's so many. You can run types of different kind of e-commerce businesses. You can sell cupcakes. It could be anything. Lawyers, doctors. But let's focus on a specific niche, right? So if I'm saying, okay, well, maybe not all business owners, but I'm going to focus on, let's say, coaches. So then if I'm focused on coaches, now I can say, where can I target these people at? Okay, there's certain conferences or speakers, they got speaking associations, right? They got nonprofit organizations. There's people that are influencers that you can target. You feel what I'm saying? So it's much easier to grow the business or to target my ideal client when I know specifically who they are. All right, so that's number 3. Once you have that down, then you want to really focus on, well, what is the copy, right? What is the words going to look like? How are you going to create the ad? So you got to create a compelling ad. Your compelling ad is what's going to allow you to take it to the next level, all right? So what that really means is, JJ, all right, you want to say hi? Just say hi real quick. Say hi, Jaden. You're gonna be a superstar. I'm gonna tell you that. You're gonna be a superstar, because every time I get on camera, you wanna jump in the camera. All right, go upstairs. So that's what we're gonna focus on, all right? So the copies, right? And make sure that you targeting, you speaking directly to them, you solving a problem, you giving a call to action. And by the way, I know I'm going fast with some of this stuff. We have a course. So if you want the full length course, I'm basically just giving you the rough, the rough outline, so you have an idea on what to do if you don't ever get the course. But if you want to get the course, then I'll give you the link to it. But you want to focus on making sure that the copy is on point and is highly relevant to your ideal client. Once we have that, what are we on? That was 1, 2, 3. That was number 4. So number 5. 5th thing is we're going to focus on the creative. So the ad creative, you got to pay attention to the images in the video, right? What does that look like? What angles are you talking about? What objections are you overcoming? I did a video the other day about the color psychology. Not the first thing you need to think about, but it might be something you need to think about, your branding. So, but what problems are you solving with the ad creatives that you have? Okay. So that's number 5. And then number 6, last but not least, everything is about testing and experimentation. So you want to focus on the testing and experimentation side of it. What that really looks like is, well, we don't know what's just going to hit off the gate, right? But what we do know is that you can get better over time. So you want to start split testing. You want to have, okay, I want to use this video versus this image. Everything else is the same. Let's see what wins. Let's put it out. Let's see what the market responds to. Okay, cool. Oh, the market responded to that? Okay, cool. So this image won. All right, cool. Let's try this video. Talking about this objection, talking about this problem, talking about, giving this resource or this lead magnet, or, you could download this ebook, or you can access this video training, or you could book a call with me, or you feel what I'm saying? So it's all about testing and experimentation to see what works. Is that helpful? Hopefully this is helpful and helps you take it to the next level. Overall, these are some of the things that I would say is that in order to be phenomenal with running ads and getting results, you really want to look at, you just got to get started. A lot of times folks want to do it, and we know, we at a point in age right now, we know that social media platforms have our ideal clients on it. We know Facebook has our ideal clients on it. But wouldn't it be nice if you can snap your fingers to get access to those people? Wouldn't it be nice? Anytime when we get into business, we get into business because obviously, we want to make a profit, but we want to do it because we want to help enhance the experience of somebody's life, right? You want to go over there? We want to help enhance the experience of somebody's life. So by us doing that, that allows us to target them correctly and build your business in a way that you can get access to those people. But you can't get access to them if you don't understand this information. You can't get access to this if you never start. You know what I mean? Think about all the time and the hours, especially if you've been in business at all. I don't care if it's learning. I've spent a lot of money. Tens and tens and tens of thousands on masterminds, on courses. Think about all the money you already put into this, learning about marketing, learning about business. Think about the money that you put into getting coaches and the time. Just think about the time. Time is something you can't get back. You get your money back, but you can never get your time back. Think about the time you spent watching YouTube videos, watching videos on Facebook, listening to podcasts, going to conferences. Think about all the time and money you've invested already. If you don't feel like you're getting the ROI from the time and money that you're putting in, well, maybe it may be time to start putting your attention towards other things that's actually going to bring you a return. Like, this is real returns that we're talking about, right? We got, I did a study the other day on Amazon. They spend upwards of $20 billion a year on advertisements. So we know that it's about exposure, because that's all you need to realize, is that advertisement is just about exposure. That's all it is. Marketing is just about getting you more exposure. That's what it is. And if you feel like I got something that I want the world to have, I have a product or service that I feel like is going to do good in the world, but you're not where you want to be at in terms of finances or revenue, then you really got to look at allocating some of the money that you got and putting it towards getting it out to more people. So if there's one thing I want you to think about when you think about me, you think about advertising, marketing, think about exposure. That's all we need you to get. We need you to get exposure. Now, I help our clients who come through the agency with selling. I help them with their product, help them with certain other things. But at a minimum, if you just had more people that knew what you do or what you have, you would have people interested, because in any market, you got cold, warm, and hot leads. Whether you do this or not, realize that every market has hot leads. Hot leads is somebody or people who they ready to do business right now. They already know about the solution. They already know about it. There's no convincing. There's no twisting their arm. They just need to be presented with an offer that they can feel good about. And if they're not following you because you're not running ads, then guess what? They're going to go to somebody else that probably is going to do half of a good job as you. Right? But if you know you have something that could be valuable to people, but you're not putting it out because you don't want to spend $5 a day, $10 a day, that's selfish. That's selfish. That's selfish to the world. That's selfish to you, to your family, because you could be doing more, but you're procrastinating on it. So just start small. Get the ball rolling. That's why we always say slow motion is better than no motion. It's better to just get the ball rolling and start making some things happen. And you'll figure out and you'll learn and we'll grow along the way, but you got to get the ball rolling on it. All right. Which is why, I did, just little mini, crash type course today. All right. So hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully you loving this. If you're loving this, go ahead and put loving this below. And there's one thing I want to ask you to do. If this is really helpful to you, go ahead and share this with somebody that you feel could really use it. Go ahead and share this out. You know, we streaming right now. We streaming live on different platforms. So go ahead and share this out to as many people as you can who really needs to get their advertising, get their marketing game up, and just kind of start learning the ropes of this. And if this is something that you want to do and you want to get access to the ads, just go ahead and you can just shoot me a message and just let me know that you want access to the Facebook ads course. All right. So with that being said, I appreciate you. He got my perfect pull-ups. All right. Here, can you put this back, please? You got my perfect pull-ups. Perfect push-ups. You want to put this back over there, please? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. It's heavy, right?
Look.
I know. It's heavy.
Look, it did it.
You did it. High five.
Yeah, it did it.
All right, JJ. All right. You want to go back over there?
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Keep growing, keep grinding, keep making things happen, and don't stop. Don't stop. You know what I mean? I'm still here. I'm still here over a decade later at the time we're doing this training right now because I just never stopped. All right, so keep going. Let's continue to work.